Good morning, everyone, especially all the Zombies fans out there.
And welcome to our second devlog. This past week, we've done some cool things to our game, so let's talk about it. To quickly cover what we did in the last devlog, we created our base template level, started making assets, and got our game's base foundation to start implementing features. Now, to actually play the game, you'll need somebody to control. And that's where Jeff comes in. I made Jeff and gave him some bones so he could do stuff like this and this. And then, for the first time ever, I made some player animations. Now, they don't look the best, but I think it gives it a little charm and goofy feeling to the game. I used references from 2D animation to see how a person should walk, move side to side, and run. And then I tried my best to recreate those poses on specific frames in Blender. Using Unreal's blend space animations, depending on the direction and speed of the player, determines which animation will play and then blend them together seamlessly. I assigned the player to use controls, threw it all together, and look, it works! For the most part, at least. We can now at least walk around, and I'll work on fixing the animation direction stuff later. This right here is pretty much all the code for getting the player to move and rotate separately from each other. It's not a lot, but it took me a while to figure out. I also defined the camera arm wouldn't rotate with the player and set up the camera's angles and direction. And in some spare time, I also made some skin variants that you'll be able to unlock in the game's marketplace. Great, we have a character, now we need zombies in our game to spawn and follow the player. The zombies will use the same character model and rig as the player, but they'll all have different skins and use different animations. We came up with some variables to be defined by our master AI blueprint to define parameters for the AI. We can control how many zombies the game can spawn at once, the cap or limit on AI spawning, their health, their speed, and frequency to spawn. Using this system, we can create different variants of zombies so fast. So while you're fighting normal zombies, there will be other variants of zombies such as elite zombies, brute zombies, and boss zombies, which all have their own variables that are parented to the master AI blueprint that starts spawning the further you get into the game. We haven't created those variants yet, but they'll be in the game soon. Alright, so while our programmer was doing all the AI stuff, I began working on creating the UI for the game. I spent a long time designing the HUD and what the gameplay stuff would look like, or could look like. I created the mockup in Photoshop, then transferred it over to Unreal. And after a few days of tinkering with blueprints, I created this monstrosity of a blueprint just for the settings. God, it took so long. I got majority of the UI working and also implemented saving and loading some player data like the player's coins and gems they'll collect while playing. One last thing we did during the week was create some weapons for the player to, kill zombies with. For now, there are 6 weapons that you can unlock and use in-game, and you could upgrade each weapon 5 times with coins to improve their stats. Each upgrade changes the attachments to create a visualization of upgrading the weapon, with tier 5 of the weapons drastically changing the weapon, making it as overpowered and hopefully fun as possible. I also implemented a camouflage system where we can basically create infinite camos and skins for the players to unlock, and I think it turned out pretty good. Oh my god, these fucking things. Yo, there's so many. There's so many! The arrow keys work, but... Oh no, oh no, 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 no! Oh! And that's pretty much the whole summary of this week's work. so far this game is coming along a lot better than expected. And really, once we get all the game's base foundation and mechanics laid and placed and polished, it's a matter of just adding more content and features to the game. So, if you enjoyed this week's devlog, please give this video one of those thumbs up things, and if you have any ideas you think would be pretty epic to add to our game, please leave it in a comment down below. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in next week's devlog. Deuces.